Tuesday, and while we're in Spain, we're actually going to be going to Greece. The whole school is going to Greece next week. All of us staff are. So we wanted to make this classic Greek dish. Jess, do you remember, when was the first time you ever had Greek kebab, gyro?
I don't think I've ever had it, like traditional one.
Either one.
I've had like a falafel.
Okay.
Yeah, probably when I was a teenager.
And what kind of memories does that jog for you?
For me, definitely something that was very exotic and very unusual from the cuisine that I was used to growing up as a kid. So it was very, you felt like you got to travel to that place and experience that culture.
Yeah, you didn't have to get on a plane, but you could experience a different feeling and experience through your mouth, your taste buds.
So what is different about Greek food?
Greek food, I think, is, they don't call it local food. They just call it food.
They don't call it a Greek salad. It's just a salad.
The village salad.
Village salad.
That's right. So that it's just literally, I don't know if they have any, we'll find out if they even have any canned food in Greece. Because I think so much of what they have is fresh. We found out even when we're going, they provide so many vegetables and fruits and things that
There's a lot of farms on the island
that go to other restaurants. So they're really like this amazing supply house, food supplier for the rest of the island.
And because we're going to the Mediterranean part of Greece, it is very much ingrained in the culture. It's a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, a lot of grains and legumes.
Right.
There's meat there, but it's a lot more minimal in comparison to many other countries around the world.
And that's what I love about this recipe, because while it is healthy, it's still comfort food and it's like street food. When you think of when I think of street food, I think of something that's it's like after a night of maybe having a drink or two, it's something you want to fill up your belly. You want something that's actually low cost, really tasty, and super filling.
Yeah.
And I think this ticks all those boxes.
And I find a lot of the Greek islands, a lot of places in Greece, they don't really eat a lot of beef because it's often very rugged and they don't have like the water, so they have things like lamb or goats and things like that. So that's what today we're trying to recreate, like the lamb.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we made the lamb with this is a lamb sausage that we made that is.
Explain one more thing. Let's talk about the Greek islands, and it's also known for being something blue.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Before we get into the recipe. So there's something called the blue zones. So it doesn't mean that everyone has blue face. It's not like they came off the set
I mean, you're surrounded by water?
No, and it doesn't mean you came off the set of Avatar. You don't have blue face paint. You're not Blue Man Group like they all these jugglers. The idea is that people who live in a blue zone have a healthier way of life and they end up living longer. So it's all about health and body and mind, and it's not just diet. Diet is a large part of it, but it's really a lifestyle, and so it has to do with exercise and diet and outlook and community, and it's this this big whole ball of wax that facilitates and contributes to a longer life. So they found that there are parts of the world that actually there's not just one random person or two random people. There are whole communities of people who live these types of blue zone lives, and they end up living to be over 100.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I love about the blue zones. Well, one, it's predominantly plant-based. They do still eat meat, but it's minimal. And the other one is nothing is excluded. So that means that, you can eat everything. You can have sugar, you can have oil, you can have your favorite treat. And it's all about that balance of lifestyle and health and social.
It's not like you have to put a cross through carbs, or you have to put a cross through something that's
it's like everything is fine to have, and it's just about that balance and incorporating it into your diet, being able to have those things and without being so restrictive.
Exactly. And I wanted to circle back to what you said about how it's plant-centered or plant-based. I think a lot of people, I've heard this for years. People are often intimidated by a plant-based or a vegan diet because they think it has to be 100% or nothing. And that's not true. It can be plant-centered or plant-focused. I think a lot of the people in these blue zones, they use meat products, animal products, as a garnish or something as a seasoning, their salt and pepper.
Yeah.
So they might use just a little bit of it in a stew or a soup, something that just is like a little bit of a flavoring agent. It's not that big center hunk of the plate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to be moving the school in 2021 to a Greek island. And the Greek island, had a lot of people ask about it. Greek island is going to be announced in the next week or so.
Yeah, that's right. There
We're
are
gonna be
thousands
doing
of
lots of-
islands.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing lots of videos in the
Yes.
coming weeks.
Yes.
That's right. You'll get a sneak peek. You can see some behind the scenes of where we're going,
Yeah.
what we'll be
We're
doing.
going to meet some Greek chefs.
Mhm. That's right. So we'll be
And-
incorporating even more cuisine from the Mediterranean. So here we'll be transitioning from Spain to Greece.
What's your favorite Greek dish, Steph?
Yeah, I have two. Stuffed grape leaves, love the domas, and spanakopita.
Nice.
Yeah.
And your favorite pastry?
Well, it's not traditionally from Greece, but I love baklava.
Baklava.
Yeah, but they
Close
do
by.
have a lot of it in, yeah. This is originally from Turkey, but you see it everywhere in Greece as well.
Turkey's right next door. It's their neighbor.
Yes.
Okay, let's show them how to make this recipe.
All right.
Do it.
So we've already made this seitan and you can see there's some,
Looks like there's lots of herbs in
there
there.
are lots of herbs in there. We've actually made a lamb blend and that gets mixed in.
And what makes it taste like lamb?
The predominant ingredient is juniper berries. Because in years gone by, like you mentioned, the lamb or the mutton was typically their animal protein of choice. And oftentimes those animals, that type of meat is a little bit more gamey. So
Then they get a bit
chose older,
Yeah.
that's right.
Because they were selling it as lamb, but it wasn't really the baby.
No,
It was
mature, no longer in the tooth. So the juniper berries are so big and bold in flavor, it was oftentimes used to mask the old lamb, the old lamb flavor.
So we teach this at our Veganist Academy. We teach how to make meat flavors.
Absolutely. This is just one. This is one of the flavorings that we teach. This is the lamb seasoning. And this can be used in a wide variety of applications, not just for the lamb gyros or gyros. It can be used in so many different ways.
Yeah, it's kind of like how we use sauces. We kind of associate certain sauces with certain dishes. Maybe like ketchup with French fries, or it might be mustard with sausage in Germany, or there might be, like tartar sauce with fish and chips. So it's kind of the same thing with spices paired with different types of proteins. We associate them with those types of proteins.
That's
So it's kind of like this mind trick.
Right.
So we're kind of tricking the brain that we're eating those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because even if you think about it, even if somebody's as young as 20 years old, which seems very young, is young, but even if you're 20 years old, you might have been, you've been eating solid food for probably 18, 19 years. So that's 2 decades worth of eating food. So you have 20 years of associations of other foods. You have that's years and years of history. So we look to recreate these flavors so people still have, like you said, they associate those memories of these flavors in their mouth. So you don't have to sacrifice flavor and also texture.
And that's what a vegan cuisine course is all about. So we teach you guys how to be the veganizers in the kitchen. So we can recreate any type of protein, and we not only use the seitan, but we use lots of different types of bases to create different types of analogs, so you can make any dish from around the world.
Yeah.
And for those people first coming on and watching one of these videos, one of the things that we forget to always mention is that we are the veganizers, but that means something a little different to some people. We teach you how to make it lower cost than normal vegan dishes. This costs probably 1/10 the cost of a normal dish.
And once again, it doesn't mean that we're trying to convert you to become a vegan. What we're doing is we're saying that we have the ability to teach you how to veganize any dish, so that you can literally go into your own library of any of your baking books or recipes, your grandma's archives. You can take out any recipe that would traditionally have probably used, whether it be butter or milk or cream or an animal product or an actual meat, and then we can show you how to use these other ingredients to make the same recipe, all plant-based or
And low cost.
and fantastic. So let's go. So all you want to do is just carefully slice, and you do want to really slice thinly this meat, so it's kind of like shaving. You remember, how they.
Like the doner kebab.
That's right, how they like
Have
almost
the
shave.
machine.
Yeah, the machine. So you do want just fire that up. And then we created a really flavorful marinade here with spices like that are typically, once again, used with lamb. So even more seasoning. We marinate this in lemon juice, olive oil, and then spices like thyme and rosemary and parsley. And there's some paprika in there, and then a little bit more of the lamb seasoning. So we did marinate this overnight.
And then the seitan which you made, there's really not that much. There's not really any fat in there. So there is quite a bit of, so don't be scared with the amount of oil that we have in our pan here, because there is no fat in our lamb, and lamb is traditionally quite a fatty meat.
That's right. So just I'll ask you to cook that away while I talk about making the tzatziki sauce. So the tzatziki sauce is the classic one that is made and served along with the gyro. And in here I just have some, we have some unsweetened yogurt. You definitely don't want to use a sweetened yogurt.
No.
You know, we go through a lot of yogurt here, and so that's a big thing.
Or coconut yogurt is not the best option.
No, not coconut yogurt. No, you want to have something that has a really mild flavor palette. So that's just basic strained yogurt. We also do teach you how to make yogurt in one of our cheese courses.
And when you say strained yogurt, what does that mean?
So it's thicker. It means that it actually has it is a thicker, like a Greek style yogurt. It's much firmer, so it's not really liquidy.
And how do you do that?
So you would actually put that through a nut milk bag and let it strain overnight. Now also here I have a whole cucumber, and I've already strained this a lot, but this is you don't want to have liquidy, runny, gross tzatziki sauce. So all I've done here is I have another nut milk bag, and I'm just making sure, it shows you how, there's a reason that cucumbers are like next to no calories, because it's all water. So just squeezing the heck out of this. And then in here we have some fresh mint and some fresh dill from our garden.
Nice.
Yeah,
They do love their fresh herbs.
I do. So I'm just going to pop this in here and mix this up. And then we often talk about seasoning things to taste, so I do have some salt, pepper. We'll just season that off.
You talk about in the blue zone that a lot of people do exercise, but
Yes.
it's considered something different in those Greek territories. Sometimes exercise can be tending to your garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garden.
It's not like non-intentional exercise.
No.
It's like
Not
walking
in
up
the gym.
mountains.
It's not in the
walking
gym.
It's kind of like here in Spain, people walk everywhere. They walk to the grocery store. You see them with those, I call them granny trolleys, and we have them
carts.
here, the little carts.
Yeah.
But everybody uses them. Everybody just walks everywhere, and all of that active, steady state cardio that you're doing, it all adds up over time.
Absolutely.
And people don't realize, they think, oh, well, if I do my CrossFit 3 times a week and I go really hard for an hour, it's going to be better than walking. But actually, it turns out that just walking every day and doing more walking can actually be better.
That's right.
You're going to do more exercise.
Tending to your garden and doing like you said, walking the stairs.
Yeah.
All right. There's also some lemon juice in here. I'm gonna give this a try.
And this seitan was already cooked, so we're just browning it.
Yeah. Never do that. All right. Jess, would you mind grabbing the pitas out of the oven? Thanks. Now we're just gonna make this all up. So here we just have some tomatoes, and I do recommend you can buy shredded lettuce. That's the easiest. And I'm going to show you one quick trick with a typical pita. Thanks so much. A typical pita, and oftentimes people cut it in half, and that is nice. But to be honest with you, we've been taught by chefs who come from Israel, and they actually just cut a little bit off the top to make the pot get even bigger. So you can see this one's a little bigger if you like, but it's completely up to you how you do it. And then you want to, how are those meats looking?
Yeah, good.
So I'm going to take a tomato in there.
Smells great in here. Just we'll let garlic and rosemary.
We haven't figured out how to do smell-o-vision yet.
No smell-o-vision.
We'll put some of the tzatziki sauce. Some of the lettuce. And these are great for barbecues, you know, like for, you could actually,
You could do this on the barbecue.
kids love to make these.
And sometimes people like to use the flat pitas as well. Like you can use the flat ones and do like a wrap.
That's
or,
right.
or the pockets.
That's
Both
right.
work really well. You had a student from Japan who she couldn't get the
That's
pitas.
right. She couldn't find pita, which it is a little bit more special ingredient. So she ended up making her own homemade pita breads that looked incredible. They fluffed up. They look good.
Yeah.
Just pretty. Oops.
Looks very juicy.
That's a stuffed pita.
Yeah.
Gotta be generous.
You can also serve it with some extra dipping sauce on the side. Outstanding.
So this dish is taught in our vegan cuisine course. This is our introduction to vegan
Correct.
cuisine. This is a course we teach all the time. And that course will be transferring from Spain. We've been for 7 years. It's going to be transferring over to Greece.
Correct.
Show them that
Wow,
dish.
look at that.
Take a bite of it. Bite it up.
Don't mind if I do.
Might need some extra sauce.
Mmm. Oh, it's so good. It's so juicy. Breakfast of champions.
Yes. Mm.
It's a little bit spicy as well.
Mm-hmm. Chili powder.
Nice.
So we want them to look forward to future videos coming up in the next several weeks of us doing stuff in Greece
Yes.
with some famous cooks, some stuff we're going to do in Greece, some traditional
If you
dishes.
like sweet treats, I'm going to be doing some sweet treats as well.
Join us on location as we make more wonderful Greek as well as other Mediterranean and beyond
Zones.
Blue Zone recipes. So thanks for watching. Join us
You
in
might
the
you might even be stepping and walking with some seals along the way, or some
Yeah.
sea turtles.
Yeah. So don't forget to check out beinggastronomy.com. We have all of our online training programs.
Right.
We actually have special online at the moment for our 1-year training package as well. If you want to join us online, we'll allow the students taking courses which include making lots of dishes like this, in addition to pastry baking and also vegan cheese.
And
So-
make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already.
So why do we recommend people to take the online courses if they come from a country that can't fly to Europe?
Absolutely. So if you can't leave your country or you're getting bored with all this lockdown, you want to improve your skills at making some different types of vegan plant-based dishes, it's a great opportunity. You have an entire year to take the full courses offered, so you can take it at your own pace. And yeah, it's really fun, interactive classroom environment. We talk one-on-one with you guys all the time. So yeah, we really love training with you online. We do lots of classes like this live too.
And just talk, you want to mention a student or two that you have, like they've done their catering business or started their own baking business? You want to mention that?
Yeah, sure. So we have a lot of my students are not only home cooks but also have their own catering businesses or food service businesses. Or a lot of our students come through our programs and wanting to offer products to sell into cafes, restaurants, or food service businesses. So we have a lot of those people that take courses online. So from no experience to a lot of experience
And everything in between.
and everything in between.
Sky's the limit.
And there's some of our online students online right now with this video as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. So bye. Thanks for watching. And make some gyros in your house.
Catch you later.